Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. Man, this is some terrible news. Straight up awful. Aliyah Boston is injured, and right now, everything feels up in the air. She's done for Unrivaled, and now there's real concern that she could miss time with the Indiana Fever. On top of that, her availability for USA basketball is suddenly in question, too. And the worst part? We don't even know how serious the injury is yet. That's the bullshit part. That's the scary part. We don't know if this is minor, we don't know if it's long-term, and we don't know if she could be out for the season. The fact that this is even a conversation right now is nasty work. Absolute clown behavior. Nobody wants to be sitting here wondering if one of the league's cornerstone players is about to lose a whole year because of side leagues and extra games. That's insanity. This is why people keep saying a deal needs to get done. Enough with the foolishness. Enough with all this 3-on-3, all these extra runs, all these side projects, this reckless nonsense. Get the damn deal done so the real games can start. Players are getting hurt left and right. Unrivaled had a lot of injuries, and that's not even counting what's happening overseas. We just saw Kayla McBride go down overseas too. It's piling up, and it looks ugly. The whole argument was that players wanted more money so they wouldn't have to play year-round. That was the entire point. Unrivaled was supposed to help with that. But then you've got Brianna Stewart playing in Unrivaled and still planning to go overseas. That tells you everything. All talk, no logic. Now we're sitting here talking about Aliyah Boston potentially missing Team USA and missing the Fever season. That's unacceptable. Flat out. This league can't keep moving like this. Reckless, sloppy, and unprotected. It's nasty work, plain and simple. All right. Now here, Chloe Peterson said that. Aliyah Boston, who left Pantom BC's last regular season game with injury, has been ruled out for the rest of the Unrivaled season due to a right lower extremity injury. Unrivaled only has 3 days of play left and did not specify the seriousness of the injury. That report is way too vague, man. Saying lower extremity tells us absolutely nothing. That could be a sore calf, that could be an ankle tweak, that could be a foot issue. It could even be an Achilles, and that's a whole different level of concern. It could be a knee. We literally don't know. There's a massive difference between day-to-day soreness and something season-ending, and lumping all of that under one vague label is wild. Fans, teams, and players deserve clarity. This kind of wording just creates panic because it could mean anything, and that's the problem. Here said, considering the Unrivaled season ends in 3 days, out for the season doesn't give much clarity on the seriousness of the injury. Boston is slated to join USA basketball for training camp in Miami on March 6th, so we should know more by then, if not earlier. She could potentially miss Team USA basketball because she was running around playing in this 3-on-3 league, and now she's dealing with a lower extremity injury. That's the scary part. Nobody knows how serious it is. She might miss Team USA, and worst case scenario, she could miss time with the Indiana Fever too. And who needs that right now? This is a crucial season, especially for Aliyah Boston. A really crucial season.
Okay, here it says, Aliyah Boston injury update raises concern about Team USA status. Indiana Fever star Aliyah Boston's recent injury makes her Team USA status unclear. Boston has impressed a lot of people during her time. This is courtesy of Sports Illustrated and Robin Lundberg as well. Boston has impressed a lot of people during her time with Pantom BC in the 2026 Unrivaled season. I feel like she was robbed too. She should have been MVP. She should have been first team, all of that. She got done dirty. Boston produced 19 points per game for her Pantom BC squad this year, which was the second most among centers in Unrivaled. And the fact that Boston averaged over one made three-pointer per game and shot 33% from behind the arc shows her game is continuing to grow and develop, which should bode well for the Indiana Fever. Listen, if she's going to be shooting and making threes when she's doing that pick and pop, pick and roll with Caitlin Clark, when Caitlin Clark is getting blitzed and all that, oh man, it's going to be over. It's going to be over. It's literally going to be over. All of this caused the 24-year-old Boston to earn second-team All-Unrivaled honors alongside Brittany Sykes and Alicia Gray. This year, Fever fans felt like she deserved to be named to the first-team All-Unrivaled squad, which was comprised of Paige Beckers, Kelsey Plum, and Chelsea Gray. Okay, however, Boston's unrivaled snub is not the biggest concern Fever fans have about their star center at the moment. During the final game of Phantom BC's regular season against Rose BC on February 27th, Boston appeared to suffer a lower leg injury and went back to the locker room. She did not return for the rest of the game. While Boston appeared to be in good spirits after her team won, there were still concerns about what Boston could be dealing with, and the fact that there was no clear update about the injury's severity also contributed to worries. They were very vague about the injury, and that's what's scary. It's like, hold on, if it was a sprained ankle, wouldn't y'all just say it was a sprained ankle? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was something small, I feel like they would just say that. But the vagueness of it makes it a little tricky. Here it says, Aliyah Boston's injury update clouds USA outlook ahead of FIBA tournament. Okay, here it says, therefore, it's still unknown how serious the injury is, but the fact that she won't play in Phantom BC's unrivaled playoff games isn't ideal. It will be interesting to see what Boston's status is for the upcoming FIBA World Cup qualifying tournament, which begins on March 11th and runs through March 17th in Puerto Rico. Boston, along with Caitlin Clark, is on Team USA's roster, but this injury makes it uncertain whether Boston will be able to compete. Fans will need to keep an eye on any further updates about Boston's injury in the coming days. All right, so this is definitely something we're going to have to monitor closely. Everybody needs to be on high alert when it comes to Aliyah Boston in this injury situation. It's really unfortunate, man. This is bad timing, like really bad timing. Team USA is right around the corner, and there's no room for this kind of uncertainty right now. On top of that, the March 10th deadline for players to agree to the WNBA season is coming up fast. This is absolutely not the time for Aliyah Boston to be dealing with an injury. It's not the time for any of this. The league needs stability, and the players need clarity. Instead, everything feels shaky at the worst possible moment. The WNBPA has to get its act together, plain and simple. There needs to be a 2026 season locked in so players like Boston can just focus on basketball. Hopefully, this injury isn't serious, but even if it isn't, there are still so many obstacles ahead. And honestly, this was the last thing anyone needed. There were already a bunch of forks in the road with the WNBTA. You've got people questioning leadership, questioning transparency, and questioning whether players are really being told the full story. You've got players reaching out to their agents quietly leaking concerns and whispers about players not feeling like their best interests are being protected. That's a lot of smoke, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire. So when you add this injury situation on top of all that, it's like having a house full of problems and then suddenly a water leak pops up. You're sitting there like, come on, man, I didn't need this too. That's exactly what this Aliyah Boston situation represents. At the end of the day, the most important thing is her health. Everyone wants to see her healthy and playing, whether that's with Team USA basketball or in the WNBA. But even if she's good to go physically, there's still the question of whether a CBA gets signed so everyone can actually play and get paid. Right now, it feels like there's a real divide across the board. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share.